My Family's Migration to Shenzhen by Isabel Wang 8A. Before my parents moved to Shenzhen, they were in Vancouver, Canada. My mom liked Vancouver, but it had few opportunities compared to Shenzhen in terms of economical investment and development. My mom and dad wanted to start a business, and they needed to start it in a city where it's easier to succeed. Shenzhen met those needs, and I'll tell you why specifically in a moment. How did the history of my hometown influence my family's decision to move to Shenzhen? This is the part from the interview that shows that. So Xi'an is our hometown. And
Right.
so can you tell me about the city's history?
Well, Xi'an is the old capital of China in the Tang Dynasty. Actually, Xi'an was the capital of whole China for 13 dynasties in the history. There's many historical artifacts in Xi'an. For example, the famous terracotta soldiers of the first emperor of China is there. You've been there, right? We've been there. Yeah. And it is the culture center of northern China, northwest. Yeah, a little bit.
As you heard from the interview, my hometown is Xi'an, and there's many priceless cultural artifacts in the city. My hometown has splendid traditional culture, but people's lifestyle and ways of thinking are very conservative. Shenzhen, on the other hand, is a brand new city, so it's very modern. Before its economical reform in 1979, Shenzhen was not a city, only a fishing village. In these 40-plus years, Shenzhen has grown into a metropolis, and its economy has increased tremendously. The reason is the special policies that attracted lots of people from all over China. The Shenzhen Special Economic Zone policies were beneficial for both foreign and inland companies and employees. Consequently, people there are from all over China, and they went there with a dream to have a better life. They all work hard. My parents think Shenzhen is a city full of hope, opportunities, and liveliness. Here is a timeline of Xi'an's history. As you can see, Xi'an became the capital of China in 202 BC and stayed capital until 904 AD. Whereas Shenzhen did not become a city even until 1979, as noted in this timeline of Shenzhen. Economy. How did economic factors lead to my family moving to Shenzhen? There are many opportunities for doing business in Shenzhen, like I mentioned above. There's the Shenzhen Stock Exchange, many massive tech firms, and startups. The city is considered as the Silicon Valley of China and is a startup hub for various industries, such as electronics, biotech, healthcare, manufacturing, and pharmaceuticals. My parents' business is based on nutrition and organic food, which goes under the healthcare industry. Why did they choose to do organic food in Shenzhen? After the reform and opening up of China in 1978, people's salaries increased hugely. Once they didn't need to worry about filling their stomachs, they started to pay more attention to health eating, especially in Shenzhen because people's way of thinking is less traditional. Since Shenzhen is suitable for businesses like my mom and dad's, they decided to go to the city in 2002.
Okay.
Also, what economical features caused you to move there?
Economical features. Okay. Well, Shenzhen is like world famous for it's called special zone, right? Economic special zone of China. Like Mr. Deng Xiaoping in the early 1980s, right? Mr. Deng Xiaoping was the designer of Shenzhen, and the central government gave Shenzhen a lot of special economic policies to encourage like both external and internal investments for the economic developments. Special policies, there's many. For example, like taxation policies. I remember for many areas, for example, for some industry, agriculture, and high-tech companies, and exporting business, like I remember, like those companies, they don't need to pay tax in the first few years. Even when they start making profits, yeah. Exactly how many years? Like you need to do some research. I don't remember exactly how many years. Like every kind of business is a little bit different. Some business 2 years, no need to pay, and for the others maybe 3 years, and also for foreign companies, they're also very low tax rate. That's in terms of taxation. Oh yeah, and transportation also, harbor. Another thing is the bank loan. Yeah, bank will give loan to the small and medium private companies to support them, their development, to help them to start business, to develop. Also for the foreign investment, there's policy to encourage foreign investments. So that means great opportunities, right? Great opportunities. So
you thought Shenzhen was a good place for economical development.
definitely, yeah, definitely.
Moreover, my hometown Xi'an has slow economical reform compared to Shenzhen because of its traditional aspects. Shenzhen has had very fast economical reform. This is a graph of the GDP growth in Xi'an. The GDP for 2020 is about 1,002 RMB. Looking at this graph of the GDP growth in Shenzhen, Xi'an's GDP in 2020 is more than 2 times less than Shenzhen's. The main reason Shenzhen has had fast economical reform is that it's a special economic zone and free trade zone, as you heard from the interview. There are a lot of benefits of the zone. The first benefit is a lower rate of taxes. For example, for new businesses in industries, agriculture, and transportation, these businesses do not need to pay taxes for the first 2 years when they start to gain profit. From the 3rd year to the 8th year of profit, they only need to pay half. The corporate tax rate of Shenzhen Free Trade Zone is only 16.5%, while the national average is 30%. Banks give loans to small businesses with very few interest, or even none. The second benefit of the special economic zone is no duty on warehousing. In other words, there is no import tax for storing imported goods. The third benefit is that businesses are backed by the state government. The government of China attracts a lot of foreign investors by providing grants and discounts. Geography. What geographic features of my hometown led my family to move to Shenzhen? Here is a part from the interview.
Geographic. Well, first of all, its location, it's next to Hong Kong, and I feel like it's very convenient. To come to North America, and to go to Europe, or to go to South Asia. It's convenient. I like the location. Yeah, and in terms of the climate, the weather, I think, because I grew up in the North China, in the Xi'an, the climate is, there's 4 seasons, right? In the winter, it's quite cold. It's continental climate. But Shenzhen is, I think it's called subtropical monsoon climate. So it's in the summer it's hot and long, but in the winter it's not cold at all, because I don't like cold winters. When it's in the winter, people try to keep warm, and so the air is polluted. But in Shenzhen, the air quality is much better. And also, I love sea. I love ocean. Because my hometown Xi'an is an inland city. There's no ocean view. Yeah, there's mountain and river, but no ocean view. Like I love ocean. I love the sea.
Besides from all of the historical, economical, and geographical reasons, the population is actually what attracts my family the most. In Shenzhen, the average age is only about 37 years old, while in old cities of China, the population is aging. There are more elderly than young people. The people in Shenzhen are relatively young and are all lively, ambitious, and hardworking. Many people migrate to another place because of its geographical, economical, or historical features. And those features create a feel of the city, which often attracts them the most.